The Cobra Effect. When solutions create bigger problems. True story that teaches a powerful lesson. Have you ever tried to fix a problem only to make it worse? It happens more often than we think, in governments, schools, workplaces, and even our personal lives. There's a famous story from India that perfectly explains this idea, and it's called the Cobra Effect. It's a story about snakes, money, and human cleverness, and how a smart plan turned into a disaster. But beyond the humor, it teaches us a deep lesson about human behavior, motivation, and unintended consequences. So let's go back in time, to colonial India, where this all began. It was the early 1900s. India was under British colonial rule, and like many cities, Delhi faced a serious problem. Poisonous cobras slithering through streets, markets, and homes. The snakes terrified people. Reports of cobra bites were common. So the British government decided to take action. After several meetings, the officials came up with what sounded like a brilliant plan. They said, "Anyone who brings us a dead cobra will receive a reward." Simple, right? Kill a cobra, get paid. The idea was to motivate people to hunt down snakes and make the city safe again. And guess what? At first, it worked beautifully. Hundreds of people started catching and killing cobras. The British officials proudly recorded a sharp decline in the number of snakes seen around Delhi. The plan seemed like a success, the perfect example of a smart policy. But then, something unexpected happened. You see, humans are creative, especially when money is involved. Some clever locals realized, why spend all day searching for cobras when we can breed them and earn money easily? So they did exactly that. People started raising cobras at home, feeding them, breeding them, and then killing them just to collect the reward. The British officers had no idea. They thought, wow, our plan is working so well, so many cobras being killed. But in reality, the number of snakes was growing, not shrinking. Eventually, the truth came out. Someone reported the scheme to the authorities. The British were shocked, furious. They immediately stopped the reward program. And that's when things got even worse. Because now, all those cobra breeders had hundreds of useless snakes. No more money, no more reason to keep them. So what did they do? They released them into the streets, into the fields, everywhere. Delhi was now overrun with more cobras than ever before. The plan backfired completely. This disaster became so famous that economists later named it the Cobra Effect. It describes any situation where a well-intended solution actually makes the original problem worse. Because people respond to incentives in unpredictable ways. It's a powerful reminder. Whenever you create a system or a rule, people will try to find loopholes, and sometimes those loopholes destroy the system itself. Think about it. In school, if you reward only marks, students may start cheating instead of learning. In workplaces, if you reward employees only for numbers, they may manipulate data instead of improving performance. Even in parenting, if you offer your child money for good grades, they might study only for cash, not for curiosity. The Cobra Effect teaches us that motivation without moral understanding leads to disaster. The Cobra Effect is not just about cobras or policies, it's about human behavior. It reminds us that every decision, every plan, every reward must consider how people will actually respond, not just how we expect them to. It's a lesson in critical thinking, human psychology, and leadership. Sometimes, the smartest solution is to think deeper before acting. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends.